Hello everyone, this is Janet. It's been a really long time since I've done a video, but I've had so much fun making these and they are so easy that I thought I would share the end result, and then I'll have a tutorial at the end on how to make them. A little backstory: at Christmas time I went to see my cousin, and she's very crafty and she's always been such an inspiration to me, and she had been making surprise balls and she had made one for me. And it's been so fun. She was showing me how she was making them. So this was her surprise ball to me. I have not opened it yet because I wanted to make one for her, and I didn't want what she put in my surprise ball to influence what goes in hers. So this was her surprise ball, and she gave me lots of tips and techniques to make it come out as round as possible. So I've just been so anxious to try and make some myself. But now that I'm finally getting around to it, it's Valentine's Day. So of course, we've got to have some heart-shaped surprise balls. And I saw a few on Pinterest, and none that look like this, but I think the technique is similar. The whole idea of a surprise ball, I think they've been around forever, is to wrap up little any size surprises in, and then so that the person that gets them can just unwrap and unroll, and it's a lot of fun. So these are some of the ones that I've already made. So they're just, each one of these has probably at least 30 to 32 little goodies wrapped inside. And I will show you that when I do the tutorial. But after I wrapped them all up, you start with crepe paper and then you end with crepe paper. And so this is one of them that I made up, and it was really fun to decorate them in different ways after you're finished making the surprise ball. So this is the heart shape. That's one of them. This is for my cousin, so hopefully she'll enjoy as much as I've enjoyed getting hers. And so here's another one. I really like the tulle on top, and then around the edge, just to kind of give the definition of shape to the heart, I've added a little some kind of trim. So that's turned out good. And then I really liked how this one turned out. It's more of a peachy color, but I enjoyed using a lot of my charms and different things. A lot of things are just stuff that I already had in my craft room that I was able to use, and that was really fun because I've been really trying to use the stuff that I already have. And these were my first ones. These are for my granddaughters, and I already gave them to the two granddaughters that live far away, and they just couldn't wait to open them. So finally we let them open them, and they just enjoyed their little treasures so much. They ended up taking the heart to bed with them for a couple of nights, and then when they just couldn't stand it anymore, we let them unroll them, and they just loved their little treasures. So they're just fun for kids and people of all ages. So just nice surprises. So after this, I will have a tutorial to show you how it's done. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. So I opened up the surprise ball that my cousin had given me, and these were all the goodies that were inside. Oh, it was so much fun to open. Look at all these goodies. And then this is all the crepe paper, and she also had different things inside. But that's all the crepe paper from that one little ball, and there are all of the goodies. So much fun. So this is the tutorial on how to make the heart-shaped surprise balls. So I started out with 5 yards of different color, just the cheap crepe paper. And so I have 3 different colors here, and I have about 5 yards of each. And that might change depending on the size that you want your heart balls, but you can always add more. I just glue the ends together with a little bit of Designer Dries Clear, but you could use glue or tape. Any glue should work just fine. And then you want to get together a little, I use this tray and it works really well so that I can see what I have, and then when I want a certain size to fill in on the heart, then I can just look and see what I have. So this is all that I have that's going to go into this surprise ball. So, and then also at the very end, I'm going to use 2 yards of some of the more expensive heavy crepe paper. And I just ordered this on Amazon, but as you see, it has the 250% stretch. So it's a lot heavier, better quality, but it also stretches more, so it gives you a real nice finish at the end of when you make your heart. And to fill in little places that are kind of lumpy, and it might end up a little lumpy, but that's okay. That's part of a surprise ball. But you can either use some packing shred, got that from the dollar store. I also had some of these little gems that I put in, and they work pretty good too. And then at the end, I'm going to finish it off with a little tulle and also some trims, but that's just up to you. And then I have a little tag here that I'm going to put on as well. So let's get started. So I've already made several of these, so I'm going to start with this heart. We were recently on a trip to Israel and Egypt, and I purchased a bunch of these wood hearts that are handmade there in Nazareth. So that's really special for Valentine's Day, and also being a special gift from a special place. And then I decided to make the corners of my heart, I would use a couple of washi tapes. So it's a little hard on camera here, but you just kind of starting it out is the hardest part. But believe me, any mistake can be made up later. It's not a problem at all. So then I kind of get my heart shape here, and then you can twist the paper, the crepe paper, in different directions as well. So I'm going to go like that. And I want to get this triangular base here done pretty good. So I'm going to wrap it quite a few times and try to get it all put together in there good. Okay, and then I'm going to just come over here and turn it like that. Okay, so it's starting to get the idea of a heart. And then I'm going to start adding other little pieces in. There's all these little cute little glass jars, and I filled it with just some little beads I have on hand. And most of this stuff just came right out of my craft room. So most of us crafters have plenty of little goodies to put in these things, and that's what makes it so fun. I really didn't have to, I really had most of the supplies here. I'm going to stick in some of this candy right here. Sorry for the noise. And then I'm just going to twist it like that and pull it over here. And then you kind of see areas like there's kind of a little space in there that I could add. So I'm going to add this little teacup right up there. Put that in there. And then I got a little spot right here that I could add something. Maybe this, no, that's a little, I'll try this heart right here. So you can kind of see how it just kind of fits in, and you can just add it as you like. And I've got a big piece there in the center that this flower would probably work really nicely in. Whoops, my little cup fell out, so I'll put it somewhere else. No big deal. Let me get this here situated a little better. So let's see. I can do something on the back here too. I think I'm going to put these Skittles here on the back. I'm going to kind of flatten them out. So you just keep building your heart, and they are so fun to make, and you can't go wrong with them. You absolutely cannot go wrong. Let's see if this heart will fit. That's a chocolate dove heart. I'm going to set this down floor so it's easier to get to. And so then we're just gonna keep, I'm gonna put this back up in there. Okay, so you kind of just feel it and see if we can stick that heart right in there. And you can imagine the fun of opening one of these things up. There's a little spot right in there. I think we can put this little tassel here. Okay, and now we're at the end. So I'm going to glue the next piece together and I will be right back. Okay, so I have put all of the items that were in this tray into this ball now. It was a little hard to do on camera, but what I just kept doing, adding it like I did in the beginning, and just kept wrapping the crepe paper around. And so it has all 15 yards of that crepe paper with all of those goodies inside the surprise heart now. And now I'm going to add the good quality crepe paper to finish it off. As you can see, it's a little rough, but this paper is just going to be really nice to give it the finishing touches. So I glued that together, and then I'm just going to start wrapping it around and trying to go into somewhat of a nice pattern, so when you see the seams, it'll still look nice. And actually, I want it to go more on the bottom corner. So, like so. And then you just keep wrapping it all the way around until I cut 2 lengths of one of these heavy crepe papers. So 2 1-inch lengths of this. And that is what I'm going to finish it off. And I think they each roughly about 1 yard, so I think that would be about 2 yards of this heavy duty crepe paper. So I'm going to finish this and then I will come back. Okay, so I have wound it all around, and you can see how I wound it, but I tried to go in somewhat of a pattern, and I wanted my end piece to end down at the bottom. And for mine, you could just glue it or tape it, it wouldn't matter. But I had some of these Velcro pieces with the sticky backs I got from the dollar store, and I just put them on the end so that I have a really nice finish. And then when the person goes to open, the tool will come around here and wrap, but this will be underneath, and then they can just pull it and then start unrolling it. So this is the finished heart, and I will put the trim and my wrappings on it and come right back. So here is the finished product. I put half-back pearls around the edge to define the edge, and I wrapped some tulle and tied it in a double bow on the top, added a little tag and a little charm, and voila, we have a little surprise heart. So I think the recipient will really enjoy it. So that's how I made these surprise hearts, and I hope you try it too. Thank you. Bye.